Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Puppy from server M14, and today I wanted to go over Stardust. So, there are three things that we're going to talk about regarding Stardust. One is where to get Stardust. Two, the best way to use Stardust. And three, the changes that I would like to see with the Stardust. So first, we're going to talk about how to obtain Stardust, and I'm going to go in order from worst to best, and this is just my opinion. So the first way is the market. In my opinion, whether it's purple essence or gems, this really isn't a viable way to acquire Stardust unless you have nothing else to purchase and have a bountiful amount of purple essence. Stay far away from the market. That's just my opinion. Then we have the weekend ship. So it's the little sailboat ship thing that pops up on the top right of your screen. I don't have a picture of that at the very moment. I just never touched the event. But at the cost of gems, you can obtain Stardust, and as you purchase the packs, the more gems it will cost. So I never purchase it. Again, I never purchased the Stardust this way because of just how expensive it is compared to other ways to obtain Stardust. So this is just a hard pass, in my opinion. Another way you can obtain Stardust is from the Illusion Battlefield shop. So for 300 coins, you can get 15 Stardust. Honestly, it's not a bad option. I don't do much Illusion Battlefield often, personally, but it isn't a bad value. But instead of getting Stardust, if you're really hurting for Dragon Essence, I would consider doing that instead because it is very important for upgrading your Dragon talents. Another way you can obtain Stardust is the Time Rift Breaker. It does have pretty decent value. You get 15 dust for 15,000 currency, but it's only 15 per week or so, which could take some time to acquire. Another way is the Arena Shop. You can get 10 dust for 2,500 insignia, which isn't bad, up to 60 dust. If you already have purchased the Wind Dragon crystals, then getting dust this way is fine, in my opinion. I think it's totally okay. Another way, which is not a bad option, is the Golden Path. For 1,000 Golden Path coins, you can get 100 dust. Passively, it's not a bad option, but only purchase if you have nothing else to buy, since it costs 1k coins for only 100 dust. Another one, which it can be even better than my number one spot, is the Throne of Supreme Arena Shop. You can get 10 dust for 800 coins, up to 500 dust each event, which resets every month or so. If you gamble properly, which I personally don't like to gamble, I'm playing this game. What am I talking about? Of course I like to gamble. Who doesn't like gambling? Anyways, if you do gamble properly and guess the correct predictions for the matches, this is easily the best way to get dust, other than the number one spot that I have today. So the number one spot would be the monthly festival. You probably could have guessed it halfway through the video. So once a month, you can get 100 dust a day for about, I would say, 9-10 days for 2,000 festival currency. This is the best method to farm dust, and it's not even close. Now, we're going to move on to the best way to use your dust. And this is my opinion, but also I just truly feel like this is just a non-negotiable way to use your dust. So the first immortals to work on, when it comes to Stardust, is your carrier immortals. Getting them to level 50 dust will give them accuracy rate, physical damage, or it could be, I believe, accuracy rate and magical damage. I'll put the correct amount on the screen. And you get some good base stats increases too. For my March, I have Khan and Alex at level 50. You can get your support to level 20, as you will get reduced damage taken. The dodge rate, in my opinion, isn't really useful, and you get some base stat increases. Now, your tank, in my opinion, should be level 40, because you get resilience rate, reduced damage taken, and some base stat increases as well. The value of the dust spent for your tank is more because it makes your tank immortal harder to kill because of the resilience and the reduced damage taken percentage that you get. Once you finish your March's dust, save the dust for your next project. In my opinion, getting all of your immortals that aren't carries to 50 isn't worth it. It's mostly stat inflation. Now, the big thing that I want changed, honestly, and the community has also been talking about this for months, maybe even years, is the ability, you can probably guess it, to refund the Stardust. Even if we lose a percentage of the dust spent, at least we can get most of it back in case we made a mistake fitting into an immortal that's just not viable anymore. Like Lewis, for example. I'm kidding, that guy's the GOAT. The fact that we have the ability to refund immortal boosts at the cost of a cooldown timer, Tower of Knowledge skills at the cost of losing 20% of the purple essence used, and immortal specializations at the cost of gems, I'm surprised we haven't gotten the feature added sooner. Hopefully in the coming months, Infinity Kingdom will consider adding the Stardust refund option. Well, that's it for this video. Stardust is normally one of the last things you work on when it comes to making your immortal stronger, but it's still important to know how to use it properly to get the most value. You can choose how you want to obtain Stardust, but there are methods that just aren't worth the cost, and it's better to wait once a month for the festival to return and obtain Stardust that way. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing, sharing with your Alliance members, leaving a like or some feedback in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, have a great day.